Hi guys, welcome to Warm Tires, and this is Jan. Today, we're going to be turning up the brightness a little bit just because of the fact that these cars are all mostly black. And if you guys already have a guess, probably because of the title of the video, these are all going to be Batman cracking, basically. I'm gonna go crack all of the Batman castings that I've bought, because I've usually only bought the ones that I like, so there's very few of them. And as you can see, the police are basically waiting for the criminals that these guys bring in. So we're gonna go start off with the TV Batmobile from the olden days, 2007 first edition. This one was that one, and this is, as you can see, the short card, which is a lot harder to find, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm gonna go crack it. If it fits in the box, I'll crack it, and later on, the last two castings that I bought, you guys will see I figured out a way to store them without breaking the bank, in terms of having to store them. So there you go, guys, the Batmobile. Yeah, that's where Batman would sit, and that other guy. Yes, very nicely done for Hot Wheels. Black and red with a red bat symbol on the side. It's even trademarked. You see that? That's pretty funny. By DC. 5-spoke wheels. Very simple design. Very, very simple. All black front. So it's really hard for the camera to... Yeah, see. The camera's even having a hard time focusing on any details that it has in the front. The red side, the tampos are very nicely done too, so it's very good. Camera's having a hard time focusing. There you go. Yeah, this is a problem with filming all black cars. You see how glossy the paint is. Very nicely done. The shape. Let's look at the back. Yeah, this car sold for a lot of money. The original, the actual car that was made by I cannot remember his name. This was custom built for the TV show, of course, the car. I don't remember what the original car was, but it was custom built specifically, of course, for Batman. And they sold that car, the real car, for quite a bit of money. So if you guys want to know how much, I guess you guys could Google that, find out for yourself, and see how much they valued the original Batmobile. Okay, so we'll go on to the next ones. I started off with one of my favorites, and I'm gonna go through them now for the ones I'm not as familiar of, and then go through the ones that I'm more familiar of. There's actually two of these, and there's quite a bit of a variation with these two. The Batman Arkham Knight Batmobiles. One is more bluish black, and this one is more gray. And if you look too, the wheels are a little bit different. These ones have a bit of a more chunky side, and these ones have a little bit of a smaller rim, but like a thinner rim design here. And both of them still look pretty beefy though, so as far as I know. I mean, I haven't played the Arkham Knight game, and don't know if that really matters, but I'm gonna go crack these two, and we're gonna go check them out. The key differences between them, other than those two that I just saw. Yes, you are now out. I get to put you in the Plano box. Oh, this one was this one didn't want to come out. Oh, this one has plastic covering on the other side. That's cool. Why doesn't the other one get one, guys? Come on, it's the same packaging. I don't know, maybe it's the labor to put it in, or the material. Look at that. Yeah, you can definitely see the bluish tinge on the camera. The other one's more of a dark gray, more like a gunmetal finish. Let's look at this one first. The the main line, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this one, it looks very silvery because of the light. I had to bump up the brightness so that you guys could see some details out of the what do you call it, the Batmobiles, because they're all very dark colored cars. It looks like the interior is metallic black. Are they the same? This one looks a little darker than that one. I'm not 100% sure. Or it might be the same. Yeah, it's probably the same. It's just that the dark blue color is setting off the silver a little bit differently compared to the dark what do you call it, the gunmetal gray over here. And that kind of, I guess, looks like a bit of an optical illusion as well too. Yeah, the wheels are the biggest difference between these two. And yeah, the thinner rims over here, and then this one has a more beefy rim. As far as I can tell, the treads are basically the same. Yeah, they're the same. Or no, they're a little different. Yeah, the treads are a little different too. If you look at the design of the, what do you call it, the treads, there's more little like indents on these tires than over here. Over here there's a little bit less detail, but on this one there's a little bit more. Okay, yeah, the color is mostly the difference, because it looks like they're using the same cockpit molded plastic, although it looks a little this one looks brighter because of the darker blue. This one looks a little bit brighter because of the reflection of the light. So there you go. The Batman Arkham Knight one looks pretty cool. I haven't played the game, so I cannot fully appreciate these ones, but I really like the way that they look. They're very aggressive and very tough looking, basically also very durable looking too. So let's set those two cars aside and then go to the next. This is the Batman Begins Batmobile. The Tumbler. Let's get this out. This is the first one, as far as I can remember. The way that one of my friends described it was that the Batmobile, in its original inception, was designed to look like it can go around a mountain. But this one, the very first time it came out, it looks like it was designed to go through a mountain, if you see what I mean. Yeah, it's beefy like that one. That one takes its design keys from this car. And look at that. That's nicely done too. At some point I'm gonna go get the one with the real riders and add that as a part of my collection, but this is what I was able to find for now. And looks like the body is plastic and so is the base, so it's a little sad, but it's still cool. You can see a bit of the interior too coming through from the light. Not bad, very nicely shaped, I would say. Yeah, and the tires, the beefy tires on the back are the way that it was designed in the movie, of course. And the front, it's not designed like this. It had more treads too, like these tires on the back. There you go. Yeah, this was a very cool car when it came out, and as you can see, the scale is completely off. Yeah, this car is definitely bigger than a Crown Vic, as far as I can remember, the way that they depicted it in the what do you call it, in the movie. So the size is definitely not 100% accurate, I can tell you that much. Too bad Hot Wheels doesn't really show scale, just like this one. Although this movie hasn't been released, this is the Batmobile from the Batman v Superman movie coming out soon, apparently for Dawn of Justice as well. Yeah, I mean I don't really have much opinions on that upcoming movie, other than I can already guess what the plot is, but that doesn't really matter. Ooh, okay, this one's actually metal, at least the top part. Okay. So I guess you could see how well the brightness, having the brightness turned up, is paying off. So you could actually see some details on this car. It has a matte black paint job on the top of the metal, and this side is plastic, and so is sort of these bits. But the way that the car was shaped is very nicely accurate to what the posters are at least showing, or the videos are showing of this car. And it does look pretty cool. I like it. This one looks like it's designed to go around the mountain. Around or through the mountain if you want to. As far as I can tell. This one is like a mix of both worlds. So there you go, guys. I wish, honestly though, that they made the Warner Brothers animation version of the Batmobile. That would be really cool. You know, the boxy one in the the animated TV series. I would love to have that as a collector. And 1/64. I'm sure they've made it in a different scale with a different manufacturer, but I want it in Hot Wheels. Okay. So now we're gonna go crack open the Batmobile. Another Batmobile, of course, but this one is one of my favorite versions because it's mostly black. I think black wheels, basically very dark wheels, black body, black base, except it has the blue windscreens for the cockpit. So that kind of bothers me. If only they made it black too, that would have been cool, or clear. Either one would have been nice. Okay, now this one's relatively nice to hold. All black, mostly black. Yeah, the paint is so glossy, guys. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Very nice. The Batmobile from the Batman, what do you call it? From, what's his name? Michael Keaton's time as Batman, I mean. There you go. Look at how that gleams. That gleams in the light. Look at that. Yeah, the front turbine looks like a turbine intake. Yeah, very nice. You guys can see the details too. It looks like an intake over here. Or how did that work? Was that an exhaust? No. Yeah, this was the exhaust as far as I could remember. It was also an afterburner, if I remember correctly. It would boost the car to very high speeds. This is probably an intake. I remember the cockpit would slide over and it would reveal the Batman or whatever was inside, or whoever. Because I remember the Joker ended up taking this car over at one time. Okay. Yeah. It's very nice. The body is metal. It looks like it has paint. It has tampos on the taillights, which is good. But there's nothing up front, which is kind of sad because I remember there was stuff here. And that's actually in the next casting that we're gonna go show. And let's set this car over here for now. And this is, I would say, more accurate to what the scale is. If you look at the Batmobile, it's now just about the same size, if not longer, than the Ford Crown Vic. Okay, although I don't remember what the police cars were at the time at that movie that they were showing. Okay, so the next car is the first edition Batmobile. There you go, guys. Let's get this out. Let's get you out. Oh, is this all metal? Oh, the body is plastic. Ugh. Okay, yeah, that's, I remember. No, wait. Is it? I think it is. Oh yeah, it's plastic. Definitely plastic. Okay, so this is the first edition. Looks like it has more tampos on it, which is cool. But this throws me off a little bit. I wish this was in black like that one. Except the one over here is plastic and the body here is metal. So these two cars are basically sort of flipped in terms of what they have. Plastic body and metal base. And of course plastic base and then the metal body. But this one has the details on this one pop a little more because of the matte black paint. Yeah, it's easier to see everything. And the base, since it's unpainted, you guys could see the actual base popping through as the turbine for the Batmobile. And the front has the painted tampos like they do on the movie car. Yep. And the back also has the painted taillights. Come on, focus. There you go. And the afterburners molded in the metal base. And let's read what it says. DC Comics. It doesn't even say Batmobile. There you go, guys. So this is the first edition of them. So okay, so just to quickly cover, the way that I figured out I was gonna go store these two specifically, because they're like too big for the Plano 5324s, is the quickest way for you to be able to do that cheaply too is if you buy an M2 case. And this is my Ford Mustang Mach 1 case. I basically cut the pegs off of the platform, and this should allow me to put the Batmobile on it, at least like that. And it fits just nicely, and the pegs actually hold the Batmobile in place too. So I'll put that in there, cover it up, and there you go. A stored Batmobile. I don't have to put in my 5324s. And it's stored, it's also displayed at the same time. Not have to worry about it getting too dusty. And of course I'll do the same thing. If you get the an M2, you can get the actual car itself in addition to the base that you could use for something else, like for storing Batmobiles, especially the very long ones. And as you can see, I've only collected the ones that I thought were really cool. There's some very unusual Batmobiles that I've seen out there, and these are the only ones that I like so far, other than the Real Riders ones. If there is one, I don't remember if there is. So okay, guys, and thanks for having a look at my cracking video of the Batmobiles that I have. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget, keep those tires warm.